Feels like it's been a super long time since we did the budget build-off, so I probably shouldn't blow the budget in the first week. I need to save a few pennies, so let's keep it cheap. Welcome back to the Scale Builders Guild. Thanks again for watching. It's week 1. Actually, is it week 2? I think it's week 2 of the Traxxas TRX-4 Sport Kit budget build-off. And if you are not familiar with the budget build-off format, it's where Josh from Harley Designs and I take an existing RTR or kit and build it up with $50 each week to make that truck our own. In this series, I'm taking the Traxxas TRX-4 Sport Kit and trying to make it into a Class 2 competition-capable truck. There are a lot of things that I'm going to be changing over the coming weeks. In week 1, I went over all of the rules of this budget build-off and installed the Traxxas 400-ounce-inch servo, courtesy of Traxxas. In this week, week 2, I'm installing a Bauhaus RC skid and adding inner fenders because I want a little bit of performance and I definitely want a lot of scale accuracy. And seeing through that Lexan body into the insides, that is not scale. The fenders are from Traxxas, that's part number 8080, and they are a very easy installation. They provide all the parts necessary. Each fender is labeled with which position they're supposed to be in, so you cannot screw this up. All the hardware that you will need is already included or already part of the Sport Kit, so there's no more additional hardware that you need to buy, and the installation is very smooth and very simple as long as you follow the instructions provided. The narrow inner fender kit that I've used also includes a front battery tray. If I am interested in moving that battery up front, I now have a nice solid platform on which to use a small shorty style or maybe even a micro pack. I'm not going to get as much runtime, but if I'm going for a comp, I don't need 3 hours of battery life, so this should actually work out to my advantage. Since the narrow fender system also includes that shorty battery tray for up front, I may end up getting a smaller battery in the future that I can mount there in that location and take advantage of all that extra weight reduction. Make sure that if you are getting the Traxxas TRX-4 Sport Kit and adding fenders, that you get the narrow inner fender kit to give you as much option for bodies later on down the road. Those inner fenders are available on Traxxas's Traxxas's. These inner fenders are available on Traxxas's website. The part number is 8080 and they are $18. Which is a pretty decent value for what you're getting here. These are very robust, they work really well, and they give you a few different options for mounting your rear shocks if that's something that you wanted to change up based on wheelbase or based on some sort of performance upgrade that you might want to do as well. I've gone with the whole second from the rear, keeping them basically vertical like they are stock. Now, of course, everyone likes a smooth belly. Guess that's what she said. And what Bauhaus offers with their N2R high clearance skid is 4mm of additional clearance at the bottom of this truck. Doesn't sound like a lot. It could make a lot of difference under the right conditions. It's a nylon print, it looks really good, and all of the holes are in exactly the right place. So you just essentially remove the existing skid and the transmission mount and replace it with this new Bauhaus skid. Adding those 4 additional millimeters of clearance is really great. Not only does it add that clearance, it also smooths out any of the other angles in the original skid to give it you a much smoother belly and gives you a much better chance of clearing an obstacle that you might have been hung up on with the original skid. Because the Bauhaus skid is 3D printed and printed in nylon, it's a good idea to not use a power driver to install it. You could strip out those holes, and it is in your best interest to use a hand driver to avoid that. Let's do a tally for the week, shall we? I spent $18 on the inner fender kit and $26.99 on the Bauhaus N2R skid. For a grand total of $34.99, I have $15.01 that I can carry forward. I'm already saving money. I am very much looking forward to getting some power to this truck. Budget's very tight. I am pretty confident that I'll be able to get some power to it and be able to put a running video together for the upcoming weeks. What would your next upgrade be? Would you spend it on wheels and tires? Wheels only? Tires only? Give me some feedback. I love answering all of your comments, and I just get a real kick out of all the collaboration that we can do making this truck better. I've got some very cool upgrades in mind coming up for future weeks. I think this is going to be a really excellent series, and I invite you to go check out Traxxas' website and see what other upgrades are available for the TRX-4 system. I will also put a link in the description below where you can check out the Bauhaus N2R high clearance skid. That's going to be it for this week, I think. Not a lot of comedy, but not much need, really. We're getting underway with this budget build-off, and I cannot wait to see what Josh has up his sleeve for week 1 as well. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again next week for the next episode of the Budget Build-Off.